just wanted to take a little moment here before we get into the video of the month, but just wanting to welcome you to the new format and also to let you know that there's a few things, a few changes going on here. What I want to introduce to you is the Tarot Weeklies and the Astro Weeklies. They will be coming out Sunday mornings at 8 a.m. That is Arizona time, so depending on where you live, you could always check that out real time. But this is because I'm thinking that I can reach all of you all at once through one video, right, and address all of you. And not only that, but when we listen to a monthly forecast, we might listen to it earlier, like the month prior, so that once we get into the month, it's all forgotten, right? And for that reason here, I'm thinking, you know, if we do a weekly, I can guide you a little bit more for what you can expect for the coming week, okay? It's going to sit more in mind so you can focus on it, use these tools to integrate into your consciousness of what can be expected. So the Astro Weeklies, we're going to be looking at a calendar. We're going to follow, too, also the moon positions. Now, in the monthly forecasts for the astrology, we don't do that because there would be way too many transits to look at. However, though, the moon is so important to us because it moves so quickly that it really regulates our mood swings, our reactions, just like the sun radiates, the moon reflects, right? It reflects our emotions. So when we can do that, we can get a very close look at day to day what is coming up. So Sundays, 8 a.m., you will have your Astro Weeklies, and then also for the Tarot, you will have a spiritual guidance. Then we're going to focus on what do we need to focus on this week, not necessarily what's coming up. The astrology will show that. But in the Tarot, yes, we're going to be looking at where are we in our mind, where can we grow our consciousness, what influences, major influences may be coming in, and how can we tackle them the best, right? So then you have something for your Sunday mornings, right? So look to the end for more information, and of course, for those of you who are subscribers, you'll already get them into your inbox. For those of you who haven't subscribed, you might want to subscribe here. Just click the button, and I just want to also mention that if you're not seeing it coming up in your inbox, check your spam box. Sometimes YouTube just sends it directly there, all right? So, and then just unspam it, so you'll have it in your inbox there in the mornings. So listen, we are going to check on what's coming up for you. All right, Virgo, let's take a look at what's coming up here now this month in September for you. And I'm seeing here you're starting off the month with something you feel a little bound by, okay? A circumstance, a situation, it could be a person, something. But as you haven't really known which way to turn or how to solve, well, it's coming up here, and I'd like to say just the very first few days here of September, it is just going to skyrocket, and you will find a solution. You're going to be feeling pretty strong about it. Why? Because there is a sense of conviction. You're at one with yourself, and that is always so important, especially in important decisions. We never want to choose any direction whenever we're wavering or in doubt, but here what you've been waiting for is that sense of everything coming together in that I am force, meaning you're all at one with yourself. So it's really starting the month in a very open way for you. I feel too now that when you're looking at your financial situation, though, that might still be not exactly where you want it, but it's not bad. It's just there isn't a whole lot of movement right now, and you're thinking that that could improve, that could be better. So you're probably throughout the month going to be looking at it, crunching a few numbers, and trying to find a different avenue, I think, of dealing with a certain situation. However, though, you're okay, so nothing to worry about. I see that there is perhaps something you would like to purchase. And it is here. I see you kind of looking at it, maybe even researching it, not necessarily purchasing it yet. So it might just be something that's a little bit out of your price class for now. but I'm seeing how you're feeling drawn to it. And I do think that when time is right, you're going to go for it. Why? Because whatever it has, it's going to enhance your sense of self, inner self. Now, there is a celebration coming up, and I have to say happy birthday. It is Virgo time, right? So right around the time of your birthday, there is something more to be celebrated, not just the birthday cake, right? So that could be a little different for each and every one of you because it is a group reading, of course. But there's something that's really going to put a smile on your face. And as you do, I see you taking some certain action in a direction that you feel that you're all on par with. You're up and running with it. Now, if you're going to give any presentations or talks, or if you're going to be studying anything here this month, it is in a very, very good place for you. It's like the material at hand that you have. It is as if it is perfect for you, and you are getting it out there in a beautiful way. Relationships, well, you know, there's always ups and downs. I feel you're on your way up from maybe a little setback there in the home. Maybe just something that you've been hoping for that really didn't come through for you yet. I'm saying yet. Why? Because don't despair. Not everything is lost yet, but it goes to show that, you know, how everything happens in God's own time. There's divine timing in everything. Things may not always come together when we want it, but and I do see how you've really been putting in extra energy in the home environment. So whether that is, you know, with your partner here, Virgo, or if it's with one of the children, it's like you've tried, and then the setback has been a little bit off kilter. But from this month onwards, it's like everything is being laid out for you. Things are now very clear, both for you and whoever this person is involved in your case. And you know, you have much to look forward to. September is turning that corner. Things are lifting and rising for you, even to a point where you seem to be freeing yourself up, liberating your own time. So your energies can now start maneuvering into a direction that's important for you, your own growth, and something from the past is also showing up here, which has to do with a desire, a passion, a creative whatever. And right now it feels like timing is right to get on with it, whatever it may be for you. Individually, but I see as you reach out, as you take control, it's also going to inspire the overall consciousness of yourself here, Virgo. You might be speaking to a man, which has to do with this. I feel it kind of correlates, and it has to do with your creative self, it has to do with your spiritual self. This man, I feel you're just running it by him, maybe just to get his take. So it's got to be somebody that you respect, somebody who you know knows you, right? And therefore, this person's feedback for you is empowering. But let's go back to relationships, okay? Because we're looking in the relationship area, and there's a lot to work with this month, and it's joyful. Here, especially I'd like to say second half of the month is putting something together. Now there might be that, you know, that surge of energy taking place on top of the month as we start off into September, but then for the second half there's definitely now that you're seeing the outcome of it, the structure of it coming together, and that's going to be quite pleasing because why? You're seeing that you're getting return on the efforts that you're putting forward. That's always inspiring. There's somebody that might reach out and want to come for a visit. So this is apparently somebody from out of town, because I see travel, but I don't necessarily think you're the one in this instance. Even though if you should have something scheduled for a journey, so be it. But this person involved in this journey is more coming your direction from out of town, and just for a very brief passing of a moment, and it looks like there's a lot to catch up on in a very short amount of time, and then that is going to be completed. So are you going back to school? Are you thinking of considering maybe your master's to go back and take an additional something? I feel that you can come to empower yourself this month, and again, it ties in with that creative aspect a little bit earlier. So it's more like getting back on board right now and following that hunch that you have. The hunch of, I need to know, I need to grow, I need to expand. And as you do, it's like one thing takes another. So if you start off on one direction, boom, 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 that growth is growing, it's branching off into new areas. And I'm thinking, especially for you Virgos too, since you have Neptune, you know, going on there in your 7th house, it could be something that you're trying to understand a certain insight, a certain feeling with other people, because you're becoming more and more intuitive. You've always been intuitive, right? But right now it's like, I feel maybe over these last couple of years that your intuition has been growing a whole lot more in reading, sensing, seeing people in a different way. So maybe some of these studies might go in that direction. For work, work is looking good. Your career, there's stability. There's also a time here throughout this month where you might get some recognition for it too. It could be in a big way for a few of you, but it could also just be a great, nice pat on the back for work well done. And all kinds of validation really helps in our daily lives. And for you, you should be receiving it. And then for a few of you, I also see that there could be an improvement as we get closer to the end of the month. Talks about some raise, for example, or it could be a bonus, just a little additional something coming from it. Within the area of hopes and dreams, your friends, your social aspects, it should be a very social, nice month for you. You're active, you're in and out. It's like you work, you come home, you eat, and you run out again. Because there's a lot of events here this month that you can, if you choose, to participate in. There is a sister, or maybe a girlfriend, but a female here, which I feel is so full of life. She is full of joy, and she is really up and running these days, and she wants you to be a part of it, at least to check out something that she's been looking into. Then here, towards the end of the month, well, we did talk about romance, right? We did talk about relationships. When you come in towards the end of September, just opening up there into October, well, lo and behold, what a romantic time. I'm just seeing how everything that you've been cultivating, adding to, feeding, stimulating with your love, with your sense of passion, well, you know what? The reflection is coming right back to you, and I can see how you spiritually, mentally, emotionally, it's where everything's coming together and you're embracing it. So good for you, Virgo. It looks like we have a beautiful month. So now tune in to us here on Sunday mornings when you have your morning coffee to see how the week is going to unfold for you. So I'll see you soon. Have a good one.